Yo, what's up, my mullet sharp here, bringing you guys another video, and today we're going to talk about something you guys have been asking me to do a video about, the whole complexity going to evil geniuses. So we will discuss that. And if you guys didn't check out my other two videos, I posted one like late last night, like 2 a.m. They're just two little clips from a live stream. They actually pulled off Nezlo's live stream, but they're from the 4v4 Search and Destroy tournament yesterday in the finals. So they're pretty beast clips. You guys should check those out. One of them's a 1v4, one of them's a 1v2. 1v2 actually for the win. So you guys should go watch those, give them a like, and all that stuff. So during this quick domination live commentary, we're going to talk about the whole selling thing and you know, complexity going to evil geniuses and what all that means and what that does. So basically, Complexity sold their team to evil geniuses. I don't know what the exact amount was. I don't know if this is like true, but someone told me it was. I think it was said on Twitter that it was like 70,000 or something. I don't know. I don't have no idea. So no one kept the whole fight here in this game, but yeah. So Complexity was sold to evil geniuses. If you guys don't know who evil geniuses are, they're like the biggest, one of the biggest. I don't know if one of the biggest or the biggest esports community. Not community, organizations in the world, but they, yeah, they're a pretty big organization. They're sponsored by like Razer and Monster. So Complexity and Envy are now sponsored by Monster. I don't know if they'll do anything with that, like such as I saw someone tweet Monster Land or something where I guess it'd be coL and Envy versus each other. I don't know, but yeah, so or not coL, but evil geniuses now. So yeah, all the players, you know, and Mr. X are now part of evil geniuses and not coL. So if you see EG Captain Price, EG Crim6, EG TP, EG D Karma, those are the real players. They are actually on, you know, the team Evil Geniuses, and like I said, they were sold. Now, what does that mean? There are rumors of teams going to Evil Geniuses. Whether that is true or not, I don't know. I mean, not Evil Geniuses, coL. You know, because coL is I don't know if they're gonna be looking for a new team or not, but you know, they're obviously missing a team. And whether they want to stay in the Call of Duty scene or not, they're going to be able to pick up a good name, you know, a good team. You know, just selling their team for supposedly 70 grand. You know, they could use that money towards buying another team. So whether or not they do that, I don't know. A lot of people said that maybe the current Envy roster would go, but I think that was all just a rumor. You know, people were saying like, oh, what if the Envy roster went? What if the Envy roster got bought out and then the Optic Nation roster just went to Envy and then, yeah, all that? But I don't think that's happening. So a lot of people saying that Complexity is done with Call of Duty for a while. I don't know why. I don't know why they would be. They had a pretty good run. I don't think that team placed out of the top 4 throughout the whole time that they were around. You know, they won Frag Cup, came in second at UMG, came in 4th at COD Champs, and then I don't know what they got in MLG Dallas. Forget. But then they just won, and they've kept winning. So also the next thing I want to talk about is UMG Niagara. We ended up getting 7th/8th. We didn't play. There was no consolation, but we did get 7th/8th with our fill-in Mad Cat. And I tweeted out after the event. I was like, not bad. You know, went to an event with a fill-in. An EU player fill-in, and a player that doesn't even play the same role as the player that he's filling in for. You know, Mad Cat's an AR player, and Apathy is primarily a submachine gun reckless player. And you know, those two, you know, Gundra had to switch up his play style to match, you know, to do what Apathy does, so we could fill in with Mad Cat. So it wasn't like, you know, we're picking up a sub player and everyone on our team's doing the same thing, or whatever. But I've said the reason why I said it was an EU player. People didn't really understand that is because you gotta understand that Mad Cat is playing in the EU and he's not playing against American teams, and teams from the EU and teams from the NA play completely different. And you know, if you ask any EU player, they'll tell you that the NA players play different. Mad Cat was saying that they're playing different, especially in Search and Destroy. I think Mad Cat will agree that, you know, that's where he struggled the most, is in Search and Destroy, because, you know, he said the EU players just play reckless, rush, and all that stuff, and the American players sit back and play for picks. And that's what I meant by saying that, you know, the different play styles and filling in, playing against teams that you don't even scrim against. You don't know how they play dom, you don't know how they play blitz, you don't know how they play search, and he did good. We got 7th, and I'm pleased with that. We beat Rise, we beat Saga, we beat FaZe Red, so and we lost to FaZe Black and Optic Nation, and we lost to Optic Nation last map actually. So wasn't a bad event, it was whatever. But I'll be happy to actually go to an event with Apathy, because I think me, Gunjar, and Nezlo prove that we're still good players together, and I think we'll just be better with Apathy, because we didn't even scrim with Mad Cat. We went to the event with no practice at all, and yeah, so we did pretty good. The next event for us, the next major event for us, is going to be X Games. Like I said, we're pretty much solidified for that. Based on pro points, we have a lot of pro points, and the 5K coming up, we could just totally completely bomb that and still be invited. It's really up for grabs between like Curse Black, Curse Orange, I think, FaZe Red, FaZe Black, and like Strictly Business. Those teams, it's up for grabs for, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, it should be a fun event. That is in actually June, I think is that this month? No, this isn't June. This is May. Yeah, I think it's in June. That's when the X Games are. And then UMG Dallas is actually announced in August. Don't know the exact day or where, if it'll be at the Great Wolf Lodge again. I don't know, but yeah, UMG Dallas is in August, so stay prepared for those events. But as always, this is your boy Sharp. Like I said, be sure to check out those 2 clips. They're pretty beast clips. And be sure to subscribe. Like the video, do all that cool stuff, and